If you get a chance, if you really love country music, if you have not seen it yet, go back a couple of years and watch the documentary called Country Music. The great filmmaker, Ken Burns, did it. He was the guy that did the Civil War and baseball and all those incredible documentaries. He did one about country music, and it was awesome. There was an episode where they covered the making of this song called Pancho and Lefty. And there was a little bit of a story. It turned into a funny thing when you're watching it, because it started off like this. The song was written by a guy named Townes Van Zandt. He was sort of an unsung hero, songwriter. And all these people in Nashville were trying to write with him all the time. And he was a bit of a tortured soul and very reclusive. And Chris Christopherson tried to write with him for a long time. Bob Dylan famously called him on the phone for like 6 straight months, trying to get him to write songs with him, and he wouldn't do it because he's just a very private guy. Well, Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson, who were at the top of their game at the time, this is early 80s, and they loved Townes, they loved his writing. They're both two of the great songwriters of all time, but they wanted to do their own version of this song, sort of to pay tribute to Townes. And this is where, if you watch the documentary, the story gets pretty funny, because they have this archive footage of Merle Haggard talking about making the song, and he says, listen, it's like 1981, and Willie Nelson and I, we had been partying for like 2 weeks straight, and they wanted us to record this song. And they were doing, he said, we were doing everything, all the things you could think of, yes. Pills and cocaine and booze, everything you could think of. And Merle said they called him on the phone, and they said, Merle, can you come down to the studio very late at night? It was like 2 a.m. they were recording. And he says, I was absolutely blitzed. I don't remember even going down there, but I went down there, and they said, Merle, come in, here's what we need from you. We need you to come in and sing your part on this song. It doesn't count. It's what they call a guide vocal, or a scratch vocal. And Merle says, I don't remember doing it. I just went in there, and after he got done, he goes back and crashes at Willie's place. Goes back to the studio the next afternoon. The engineer and the producer are there. They're working on some things, and he walks into the studio, and he's like wiping his eyes. It's like, guys, I feel better today. I'm ready to record my vocals on this song. And they started laughing. They said, Merle, that vocal you put down last night was so incredible. We've already sent this thing off to be mixed and mastered and put on the album. It's a tribute to what a great singer Merle Haggard was, that's for sure. But that's one take through when you hear this song, Pancho and Lefty, totally out of his mind on whatever. And obviously before they had Pro Tools and Auto-Tune and all those kind of things nowadays. But what a great song. We love this one.
And since Merle Haggard didn't do it sober, I'm not going to do it sober either. Let's all raise our drinks. If you're not going to raise your drinks, you better raise your standards and just go home and raise your kids. On the count of 3, everybody holler, yee-haw, then swaller. 1, 2, 3, holler. And swaller. Here it is. Townes Van Zandt, Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard by request. Cheers, y'all. Welcome to Whiskey River Saloon. Living on the road, my friend, gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron and your breath as hard as kerosene. Was your mama's only boy, but a favorite one it seemed. She began to cry when you said goodbye. To your dream. Pancho was a bandit boy. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore a gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho made his match, you know, in the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying word. That's the way it goes. All the down south. Well, it ended up in Lefty's mouth. And they went for Pancho and Lefty split for Ohio. And where he got the bread to go, ain't nobody knows. Oh, it's still how Pancho fell, and Lefty's living in that cheap hotel. Desert's quiet, Cleveland's cold, and so the story ends we're told. Pancho needs your prayers, it's true, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. Now he's growing old. All the federalists say they could have had him any day, only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. A few federalists say could have had him any day, only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. Thank you. Pancho and Lefty by request, y'all.